Hello and welcome back to my channel. Prepare to get sick of this look. I am literally in my Amazon workout clothes with my Stella McCartney sweater, hair not done, baseball cap on, but I have some time and I have a lot of fashion questions from stylists about business. So this is about to turn into like a little stylist and business mini series. With this same look. So get over it, get used to it. Here we go. Today's question, Lauren, how hard is it to start your own business? Incredible question. Thank you for asking. So, for the past 15 plus years, I have been an entrepreneur, small business owner. That was not the plan, but that's what happened. I mean, I wanted it to happen. I hated working for other people. Literally, I worked in corporate for years for like a big corporation. I worked in retail for years. I worked for tech startups for years, and I did not like working for other people. I'm a very unruly individual. I wanted to leave the corporate world, the 9 to 5 world, to pursue freelance styling. And that's what I started doing. I started working as a celebrity stylist, and I really did not like that life. It's very much like hustle, 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 submit your invoice. Maybe they pay it, maybe they don't. Maybe the job's paid, maybe it's unpaid. It was a lot. I was willing to do it because it was still so much better than working a 9 to 5. But fairly quickly, I became an entrepreneur and a small business owner. I have had two companies for a long time, running them simultaneously, a fashion school and a personal styling business. So currently, I run one corporation and it encapsulates both a styling school and then also personal styling, teaching women how to dress. So I have been working for myself for 15 years. And I will tell you this, it is hard, but it is worth it. Not everybody is cut out to be a business owner. And I think for a lot of stylists who want to pursue personal styling, working for themselves, starting their own business, a lot of times they're in for a rude awakening because it's not easy. It's not easy to do the work. It's not easy mentally. It's not easy emotionally. It really does take a lot to run your own business. I think a lot of people are like born with that kind of stamina and willingness to just take the emotional beat downs that come with it. And some people aren't. And there's literally nothing wrong with that. There's literally nothing wrong with working for a company. Even as a stylist, you can find ways to scratch your creative itch and style other people while working for other companies. I mean, I can't give you a lot of advice on that because I wouldn't do that. But some people it will work, and there's no shame in that. So let's talk about what it takes to start and run your own styling business. So, one, it takes risk. It takes risk from the jump. And this is where I find that a lot of people just aren't cut out for it because they are far too risk averse. So naturally, I am not a risky person, but when it comes to pursuing my dreams, when it comes to answering the call of my God-given gifts to help people in with their style, to help people with their business, I'm risky as all get out, you know? So it was a huge risk to quit my 9 to 5 job with no savings, no plan, just pure gut, like I'm going to go for it. I quit my 9 to 5 to become an unpaid styling intern. Probably one of the craziest things I've ever done. I had no income. I was $18,000 in debt on my American Express. I was living off of unemployment. I moved out of my apartment, moved in with a roommate. I sold all of my clothes. I was eating ramen and peanut butter and jelly every single day. It was a huge risk. The reward is ridiculous. Like, I literally cannot believe the life that I live today compared to that life over 15 years ago. So risk is required, and oftentimes that is the hardest part for people that want to start pursuing their dreams for styling. So that was a major risk that I took. And then the second thing that makes running your business hard, there's risk. And number two is investment, which could also be categorized as a risk. So when you have no money coming in, but you need to spend money to make money, whether that be on equipment, a website, education, what coaching, whatever, it costs money. And oftentimes you don't have any. So, but you still have to make the investment. And I was coaching some of my students the other day. We were talking about like money mindset and all of the money trials and tribulations that come with being an entrepreneur and, people's fear around going into debt and all of these things. And I just shared from my own personal experience, like when you know that you are meant to do something and when you know that failure is literally not an option, you're just going to do what you need to do. So, broke as a joke, I have spent thousands of dollars on coaches, pop it on a credit card. I've spent money on classes. I've done trades with people to get websites built, to get graphics made. I'm like, I'm going to do what I need to do. Anytime I'm watching a movie or reading, a book about a highly successful person, when they are so clear on their vision, they literally will do anything it takes. They're like putting out a second mortgage on the house, like selling the car, because they just know this is going to work. So that's just how I operate. And I'm not telling you that you have to operate in that same way. But I'm telling you, those are some of the hard things that come with business because they don't make logical sense. And oftentimes they go against everything that you've learned from your parents, from school. And to be able to be like, I'm going to do something different is very hard. The third thing that's hard about running your own business is the many ups and downs. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. There's a lot of times where you think it's over. There's a lot of times where you run out of money. There's a lot of times where people screw you over. There's so much stuff. And those highs and lows can be very draining, So like you can have a high where you get the best client ever and they pay you a lot of money and they give you a hug because you made them look so amazing and you feel on top of the world. And then 1 week later, you're getting an email from someone who's hates your guts. They're totally unhappy with you. They want a refund and you feel like the lowest person in the world. Or maybe you're on an up and you're making so much money in your business, you can't even freaking believe it. And then a pivot happens or life happens, and all of a sudden you're like, shoot, can I like afford to pay people this month? Tis life, tis business. And people don't really talk about that stuff because the internet is like the highlight reel and everything's great. And I'm just like, I'm just Donald or Mr. McScrooge, whatever that duck's name is, swimming in money. People don't talk about the lows in business, the doubt. Like that's hard. The highs and lows are hard. And then the other thing that's hard, and then I'll stop. Like there's a lot of hard things, but I don't want to just make this whole video doom and gloom. We'll stop at 4. The other hard thing is the sacrifices that you need to make. And as you grow in your styling business, the sacrifices will take different forms. So in the beginning of my business, the sacrifices were like, I'm not going out. Like, I'm not going out, to the club with my friends. I'm not going out to that dinner because I need to work on my business or because I need to save money or because the friends from my old entrepreneurial life are no longer in alignment with me. So there's a lot of sacrifices from like fun to relationships. For the longest time, I spent a lot of time in my entrepreneurial journey single, like single, not cute single, like, oh, look at me going on all these dates, like single, right? I spent a lot of time in my entrepreneurial journey and even still having like three friends. So those were kind of sacrifices that needed to be made for the greater good of the business. And listen, if you can find a way around that, more power to you. But for me, being in alignment with my business goals and what I want to do with my business, with my clients, with my students, I know that there are certain sacrifices that need to be made, and I'm willing to make them. When I first started my business and was like, shit, I can't like buy clothes anymore. And I love buying clothes because I'm a stylist. That was a sacrifice. So there's risk, there is investment, there's ups and downs, and there's sacrifices. None of those things are easy, but I can tell you they get easier to navigate the more you're immersed in them. It's like at this point, I know if there's a down, the up is coming, right? I know that for 100 happy clients, there's going to be one that freaking hates me. It's like, okay, okay. I know that maybe I want to go fly off on some European vacation, but like it's just not the time. I have to make that sacrifice. I'm okay with that. Why? Let's talk about the rewards. Yay. When we talked about the bad stuff, let's talk about the good stuff. The rewards are one, I know that I'm in total alignment with my mission. I know that God, you can call it whatever you want, okay? I'm not trying to push beliefs on anybody, but I know that God gave me a gift. I have the gift of seeing people. I can just see people. I can see you. I can see you. I can know how to dress you. I can see you. I can know how to help you run your business. I know that God blessed me with a good eye. I know that God blessed me with incredible business and marketing skills and the ability to communicate those to people in a way that they can understand. So to be able to be given those gifts and to just squander them because of fear and uncertainty and the inability to take risks and make sacrifices to go sit in a freaking cubicle for someone else, that doesn't sit right with me. So seeing out my mission on earth makes all the other shit worth it, like 100%. The other thing that makes it worth it is my life is like, what? What? This is my life. I remember dreaming about like, I just want like one pair of Louboutins. I just want a Chanel bag, like dreaming of that. Now like the dreams have changed, admittedly. Those things are not as important to me now, but to just like have a closet full of clothes of beautiful things that I love to wear, to be able to live where I live, not only in the city, but like in the beautiful home that I've built, to have people in my lives that I never would have met without my business. Like I'm pregnant, so I get emotional. But I was thinking about a friend of mine who literally used to work for me. And I put out like a job posting and I met her at a coffee shop and like interviewed, this little this little marketing girl, hired her. She worked for me for years and we became friends. And now like we're going to be moms together. Like that would not have happened without having my business? So it's like I just have this life beyond my wildest dreams, like emotionally fulfilled, financially fulfilled. And the other real benefit for me is being able to prove to myself, like, I'm like literally doing this on my own. Like, I obviously have an incredible team that supports me and tons of people that have helped make what I do possible. But like at the end of the day, who pays my bills? Me. Who pays my health insurance? Me. Who pays my taxes? Me. Who pays my employees? Me. Like, I did this. I did this. I got through all the hard stuff and I did this. That's incredible. So it's hard, but the reward is so freaking good. So if you feel called to start your own business, like really called to, not like, I hate working for people, just do it myself. No, if you truly feel called to start a business, whether it's a styling business or anything else, prepare yourself for the hard, but know that the rewards are like next freaking level. Okay. Next freaking level. So if you watch this video and you were like, yes, I feel inspired, this is the move, then keep moving with me. Okay. Keep moving with me. If you are an aspiring stylist or a stylist who's been working for a long time, but just can't get things moving the way you know they should be moving, it's time to enter the LM world. Okay. So at the end of October, October 28th, Style Boss Academy Round 7 is launching. This is my signature program. This is where I help you build a business, even if you already have one. Don't think like, it's rookie, it's not for me. I use the SBA materials. I've used it to build all of my businesses. Whenever my businesses pivot or reset or evolve or grow, I do the same SBA work. These are business building principles that any type of entrepreneur could use. I just happen to specialize because of my experience training stylists. You need to get your butt into SBA. If you're like, I got to make this business work or I got to start it, you need to get into SBA. So it will only be open for enrollment for 5 days. And then in the beginning of November, we're going to start the program together. It is life-changing. It is business-changing. I have taken stylists from making $200 a year legitimately to making six figures a year. Like, it is the truth. It works. So if you want to start your styling business, do it with me. I'm the best. I'm the best in the biz. Sorry, I am. Not afraid to say it. And if you watch this video and was like, this sounds awful, then that's okay. Like, that's okay. I know that the internet makes it seem like everyone has to be an entrepreneur, everyone has to be a millionaire, but it's not true. If you can find a way to do what you love to feel fulfilled, and you can do that in a 9 to 5 capacity, then like, please go do it. Okay. So that is today's video. If you have a question for me about fashion, about business, leave it in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer it on video, and I'll see you in the next one.